over the years, ranked matchups, massive upsets, even a fight or two. It's a rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Death Valley Clemson Memorial Stadium. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, catching up with Clemson's head coach before the game. His message to his offensive line, it is all about dominance at the line of scrimmage today. Why? Because their running back has a chance to break the conference record for rushing touchdowns in a season. I have no doubt when they get into the red zone, he is going to be a focal point for this offense. They want to dominate and play some smash-mouth football to go down in the history books here today. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And the Gamecocks headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows a little bit back and forth. Some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great open.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Needs it here on 4th down. Going over the top. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Open spaces. Touchdown Clemson. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end. But forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on 4th down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The run inside. It's Fuller. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The game, originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday, was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos. A silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun. And the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state. And bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Hits inside. It's Davidson. Pass to 6. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Running inside, it's Fuller. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
The Gamecocks in the hurry-up. Drives inside. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's Sellers to throw. Going for the big play. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Drops back on first down. Look out! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Long way to go on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Tight end now in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Unloads to the wideout. Fires the pass, intercepted.
Well, everything was going so well for this team early here in this game, and now all of a sudden they get a critical mistake. And you know how college football, David, is about momentum. What is their defense going to be able to do here now when they take the field?
You're right, man. The momentum swings so fast, and now this defense's job is to go out and stop it, right? Like, we made a mistake, you huddle the guys up, sudden change, be aware they might take a shot down the field, but let's grab the momentum right back.
Pick up of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Quick give, it's Clark. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches, I'm getting a first down. I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Throwing Sellers. Looking to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, it's Clark. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on fourth down. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The Gamecocks looking to convert on fourth down. Fourth down, Sellers. Makes a catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Sellers. Rushes on. Trying to find the end zone. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. He'll take it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Coming out with it, it's Brown. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. 5-29. Straight ahead, it's Davidson. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. Clemson jumps to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Extending the play. He'll try to do it himself. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Flip it out to the back on the screen. Breaks into the open. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Right side, it's Davidson. Makes the grab in their space. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Clemson set up with another first down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw it. They're all over it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Here's Sellers to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Second and long here. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Fires left. It's caught downfield. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
And I think it's safe to say LaNorris Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Well, and let's be honest. This is where they spent their money in the offseason. They wanted to fortify the offensive line. They brought in Kendall Browse at the coordinator spot. They did everything they could to build around this young man. LaNorris Sellers' talent is through the roof. We know it. Big, strong, can throw it. Now the pieces around him, a big year could be coming for this big young man.
Throws to the back. Snags it. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get at minimum tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Then perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Motion from the wide receiver. A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Throwing, Sellers. Under pressure. Out wide left, it's Bolden. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27. They'll need a bunch on second down. They go play action with Sellers. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Sellers through the noise. Throws it deep. Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Long way to go on second down. The run inside. It's Davidson.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Clemson calls its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. With the draw, it's Fuller. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And the Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Sellers. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown, cut into their opponent's lead.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He's got the back in the middle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Man, every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
He wants to go deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this defense was ready for go-bungs. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. These corners going to give them some space. Gain of 2 on the play sets up 3rd and 8.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Goes down immediately, but he's got plenty and a fresh set of downs here.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick?
A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's Sellers to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And man, I love my quarterbacks that want to make plays and make those big plays and scramble around and get away from people, but you got to tuck that football away when you're going to run through arm tackles and people are around you dive and make sure you got that thing locked up. He did.
Looking for a deep man. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throwing, Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
Man, he almost throws another one. And I tell you what, it's just been one of those days. Sometimes it's not your day, and just turning the ball over like they're a nonprofit, man, just giving it away. This offense has been reckless. It's been careless. They've got to do a better job of being smart with the football.
Second and long here. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Quickly to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. He's going to throw it from his own end zone. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Man, you know, you always look back in games at single plays that turn the tide. And with this defense now trailing by 2 possessions, if they could have just caught the ball and gotten that pick, that potentially changes everything in this game. That was a missed opportunity.
Finds his tight end. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. We begin our coverage with Alabama taking on the number 5 team, the Auburn Tigers. And it's the Crimson Tide with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. That'll cap off the regular season with a mark of 7-5 and a shot at a bowl. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Attacking another offensive odyssey. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little.
He lets one fly deep. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen him do this, we've seen him do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forced an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Finds his man on the RPO. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Looking for a crease. It's Davidson. Pulled to the ground.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block.
Snags it and he's open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. They were all over him. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. They believe they can run right here. Turning it on. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Defenses have had their hands full slowing this guy down all season long. It's the speed, and it's the open field running ability and vision. That's why he's 2nd in the nation in rushing yards, and that's why he's square in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
Going with the ground game left. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive?
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the 3rd quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
Throws for the tight end. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and you could tell he was trying to fit in there, trying to make a play. Obviously, 3rd and long, you got to get it past the sticks, but you also got to make sure I'm dialed in and my feet are in order, and then my eyes get tied together with my hands. And he was just a little bit off on that throw.
Not a lot of room to field this one. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Hits inside, it's Clark. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry-up, defense has to be ready.
They'll ride him again. Snowed under by the defense.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping.
Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on 4th down. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that falls incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Sellers. He's taking the shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Long way to go on 2nd down. Dragged down.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Left side is Hunt. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Down, Sellers throws to the wideout. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Running inside, it's Davidson. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Oh, pressure's coming. And he avoids the sack.
You're welcome. That's what the defensive line just said to the secondary. Ball comes out quick, inaccurate. Why? Because we're getting pressure on the quarterback right away.
They'll move the tight end. Takes the handoff. It's Davidson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll take the penalty and move them back. After the penalty backs him up, it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Here comes the heat. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Here's Sellers to throw. Looking for a huge play. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Quick give. It's Clark. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Right back to the well. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
And I think one thing people don't take into account.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He's down immediately, but they convert on 4th down and keep the drive alive. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go to the counter. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Throwing, Sellers. Looking to the big tight end. And that one's incomplete.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
Just got rid of that one.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Sellers. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
From the gun, it's Davidson. All over him immediately. 2nd and long here.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And I don't know if he made the right decision there or not. You could tell he could have given the football to the running back, but he chose to keep it, and it just got strung out down the right side and nowhere to go. I'll tell you what, better defense than bad decision-making by that quarterback.
Still looking. He'll pull it down across the 45. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Sets his feet. It's Denson. Out wide right, it's Davidson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, it's Davidson. Swamped immediately.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
We've seen this running back make a lot of big plays catching the football, and they've got a lot of different ways to use him. That time, they're just throwing him more of a traditional running back screen, and I really like how they diversify the pass game with this guy in mind. He's a weapon, and they do a good job of being creative when it comes to distributing him the football.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Needs it. And nothing doing on the ground. This defense having none of it and stopping him on 4th down. Play fake, Sellers. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Sellers. And he's thrown another interception. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Denson. Moving to his left. Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions a game.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. There he goes. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Clemson. They stretched this lead here in the fourth, and now they're closing in on their 9th win of the season.
And what a fantastic job by the defense there on that 4th down. They understand, obviously, having a big lead. The offense is going to go for it. They're going to have to throw it. Everybody on defense has their eyes on the QB. They're able to jump in front of the pass, take it in for a touchdown, build their lead, and that essentially seals this game. They're going to go home with the W.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled.
Makes a grab and room to run. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Here's Sellers to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Gamecocks right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10.
214 close. 214 close. Ninja.
Throwing Sellers. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
The run inside. It's Clark.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd
and guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Sellers to throw for it on fourth. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, catch the defense off guard.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Got it back on 2nd and goal.
And after getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on
3rd.
Sellers on the play action. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot.
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Hits inside. It's Davidson. And that is how we will wrap this